The legislative session has hit the midway point. I spoke with eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley about the latest developments at the Capitol. Shawn, education has been a hot topic over the last several days, and there is a teacher sex offender bill that is moving through the legislature.
That's exactly right. On Thursday, the House of Representatives passed a bill designed to prevent what they call school hopping, where someone a teacher in particular, is accused of a sexual offense and then resigns from that school district and is able to move to another, oftentimes without anyone knowing that that person had been accused in another district. This is one of several bills related to the issue. Another died in a House committee last week. Ultimately, this is going to be worked out in conference. This bill is the least restrictive of the measures that have been considered, but there's growing interest in the issue. School board member Amy Ford has indicated that if something is not done this legislative session, she will look at pursuing the issue on a national level and bringing more attention to the issue.
Tell us about Erin's law.
Well, ironically, that is somewhat tied to this other piece of legislation. And what this bill does, it's modeled after one being passed in a number of states across the nation, is designed to teach students in schools across the state about inappropriate touch so that they can then appropriately report sex abuse, whether that occurs at school or at home. The original version of the bill, though, was unacceptable to most lawmakers, and this is highly modified. It's permissive and allows schools to do these kind of things. And an important part of the bill that was added by Senator Kay Floyd allows schools to develop plans to deal with cases in which a student is sexually assaulted. It arises out of the issue that took place in Norman, where there was some criticism of school administrators for their handling of that case.
An interesting bill concerns the gross production tax on gravel.
That's exactly right. Gravel, rock, and sand are mined in the southern part of the state. There are a number of mining operations that are highly active there. It's a natural resource, said Senator Frank Simpson, who's the author of the bill, but we don't charge a gross production tax on it like we do oil and natural gas, and large amounts of these resources are moving out of the state. The bill, however, was not well liked by the Senate General Government Committee, and it ultimately failed. It would have imposed a 15-cent per ton gross production tax on pulling those resources out of the ground. That would have amounted to about $1,000 to $1,200 per $1 million project using these resources.
And the governor has just started signing bills, so we'll be watching that over the next several days and, of course, the rest of the legislative session. eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley, thank you.
You're very welcome.